Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We have a 2v2 for you all here on Samri. A 2v2 winter map that I think was added in the Battle of the Bulge update. But it's on the Eastern Front today, so it's not Samri, it's somewhere in the Eastern Front during the winter. Let's go through the players. There's on the Axis today. We have Smokey going straight to get with Infanteriedivision for the Wehrmacht. Then we have Mercury UK as propaganda tactics for the Waffen-SS, so I guess we are very close to the German border then.
Unit ready.
Representing the Soviets today, we have the badass Yakov with another commander choice. And Before Eagle as rifle commander with triple sappers. What's Before Eagle planning here? Triple sappers. Storm Pioneers managed to get inside the building though, which is gonna keep the Soviets at bay for a while. Unless they can somehow overrun it, but that's gonna be a little bit difficult, I think. You know, command ship from the badass, but they are getting more units out and capturing ground. But triple sappers, I don't think it's gonna have an easy time pushing up on a Storm Pioneer in an entrenched building. With the Germans already spreading out to secure the town nearby. Folks, Grenadiers and Grenadiers on the field here. A basic 1-1-1 opening for Smokey. That's a Pioneer, Folks, Grenadier. So you have one of everything. The Soviets might work together to try and overrun this top here, but the Soviets are taking a while to even go out and grab points, so I'm not sure what's going on here on the Soviets' end. They're just slowly creeping up and building fortifications, but they're not getting a lot of territory at the moment. Early game is not much of an issue. We do have the Storm Grenadiers coming up here with their rifles, getting behind some heavy cover. That is a very defensible position, this farm here. It is so defensible. Meanwhile, the Germans are just securing the town down here with no issues. I guess they'll be able to hold that for a long time. And the Soviets need to divert some troops to the southern flanks, I think. You're going to see a Fonteviki out here, and we are going to see a Rifle Command come out for Before Eagle as well. It's just using cover here, as the Germans are also just losing their cover, and they're going to be a lot better at it at long range. Especially with these kind of units. Soviets are finally sending some troops down to secure the south. At least they have their fuel point, which is somewhat important. Without munitions, they're not going to be able to get any specialized weapons. More Storm Grenadiers are arriving here. The wall is slowly being destroyed by the anti-tank rifle. There's also sending some units down there this time. Still no other units here. Transcripts are slowly being picked off. We also have a machine gun coming onto the field, an MG-44 for the Waffen-SS. That's going to make this farm even more unassailable, I think. Wehrmacht is just digging in around the town. You even have an MG-42 coming onto the field already. Sappers on the southern flank is going to get caught off here by the Fox Grenadiers and Pioneers, I think. A lot of negative cover here out on the Roman road. But they will like to get around to get this point, evidently. So it's just digging in heavily. They do have some points of Viki now. Much better quality infantry, but when the MG-34 gets set up, that'll be a problem, I think. Depending on which building they want to use. Or a building at all. Soviets are still somewhat creeping up here just thanks to the Fonteviki. MG-34 is being a little bit more safe and setting up back here. The map is going to be somewhat even still. I think Germans are getting a little bit more resources, but it's not a lot. Tab's moving up here, but that's not going to work well for them, I think. There's also Grenadiers nearby. Even more rifles. And that's a lot of accurate rifle fire coming towards those sappers. You just see all the Kar-98s going off. Franco's pushing up here, being hit by the MG-44 and mowed down in the snow.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
Still no command choice from the other Soviet player. Looks like Before Eagle is just focusing on building up all the caches first of all. Not sure what the plan is here. The Soviets are definitely having issues down here. The snow is also slowing down units, you can see with the warning icon here. That's depending on how thick the snow is, it can actually slow down your infantry. You have a Storm Grenadier with an MG-42 here. Already having reloaded its first drum magazine or barrel, whatever it's called. Little thing you can see sticking out the side of it. Now they're reloading it again. Putting a new one in. There we go. Grenadiers were trying to push up here. We do have the MG42 with 100 rounds, unique to infantry division, now being handed out to the Grenadiers. Good to see. People like to use their doctrinal upgrades.
Grenadier squad is ready.
You have a Maxim arriving to the southern flank to try and hold down this road. Need to be cautious where this up. Might set up behind this destroyed truck, actually. No, back here, actually. Goes trying to set back cash, but the Maxim's gonna stop that. EPM here. But that's a lot of elite German infantry behind those that heavy cover. Don't have von Saviki can win out that engagement. It'll certainly hold on for a while, though. More and more Soviet units are arriving on the battlefields. A tank, double tank on here for B4 Eagle. That's triple tank on us. That's 3 PTRSs. And it actually seems to be working. That if Fonseca gets to fall back. They did get the squad kill though, thanks to the marksman. Double trucks coming out here for the Soviet Union. Are they gonna do a clown car strategy? Looks like they might. At least one of them will. Try and overrun the farm with flamethrowers. That's intriguing. And the PTSs are certainly actually showing their worth. Surprisingly. This is a semi-automatic heavy caliber rifle, so it should do some damage, you know. Tank hunters everywhere for the Soviets. Not a bad thing, I guess. I really think Yakov needs to pick a command at some point. They're just really not getting a lot of anything else at the moment. They are getting mortars now, that's a good thing. MP3008 is being handed out here. To the Sturm Pioneers, unique up. No. Yeah, they are getting it. They're just getting the demo charges first. Unique upgrade to them if you're playing as propaganda. Basically just looks like a grease gun. It's essentially meant to be like a identical thing to the Sten gun. Meant to be like cheap to manufacture and everything. Because you know the Germans late war really just need to make gear. Oh, they're demo charting this place, making a trap. Geeky. Not sure what this truck is doing down here. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna see like a clown car strategy here. Triple truck loaded up with sappers with flamethrowers. ETS is trying to take shots in. Smoke in the way apparently, just to cover their building. And now we have the trucks on the move. Going very, very fast here. At least they cannot drive over the wall, so they won't trigger the demo charge yet. But running into machine gun fire is not going to help because you have no cover on this thing. But I guess the sheer volume of them is helping out. The Soviets need to push up with infantry afterwards. Flamethrower is actually working out here. They can also throw grenades out of the vehicle, by the way. Or at least the crew inside it can. But it's not really working out here because, as I said, the trucks have no cover. You're very vulnerable on top of it. They are throwing grenades out of them. All sappers get killed though. But you're a very easy target when you're on a truck like that. And there was no Soviet infantry to follow it up behind. Another grenade in revenge and destroying all the trucks. Now the tank hunter's gonna get mowed down here. Yeah, the Soviets just lacked the infantry. Oh, good Molotov at least. Didn't kill enough though. Yeah, the Soviets just lacked the infantry and the Germans are now pushing up down here. Using Sturmgewehrs, which is the unique upgrade to if you're playing as Infanterie Division. But the Focus Grenadiers, that is. Looks like a very good weapon to work with. Maxims are pushing up here. But out in the open like that with no cover, they will get pinned and suppressed. Unless they suppress the Sturm Grenadiers. Artillery being called here by the Unteroffizier. And that'll probably scare off the Maxims. There you go. There it goes. But they're just gonna move forwards. Well, they do manage to keep suppressing the Sturm Grenadier. And do have conscripts arriving now. So I guess Soviet tenacity is paying off here. But more Storm Grenadiers are arriving. And they're focusing on the right targets. Ooh, demo charge goes off there.
Machine guns has been silenced.
Maxims are being cleared out.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
And more conscripts are still streaming up to the front line. They do arrive pretty fast because they're playing as rifle commander, but it just really needed to have them earlier, I think. But you can see they do arrive pretty fast, and they are fairly cheap. But I think Before Eagle has just lost so much already.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Bringing assault in the way, which is not good because they stop firing. Oh, and that's a Storm Line here. The sheer amount of conscripts can work out. Conscripts are actually pretty decent when they're close enough, just because the sheer amount of men there's behind them. And as you can see, Soviet conscripts did manage to secure, can now use all the trucks for cover. There's some stormtroopers on the battlefield though, in their fully white winter camouflage. D70 on the southern flank. Germans are getting Panzerfaust though. Stormtroopers are storming up here. No unique weapons on them yet, but they're still pretty good because they're stormtroopers. As you can see, getting a lot of kills. And throwing a Gewaltladung into the building. Building did not collapse. Stormtroopers might die. Yep. That's a big loss, actually. D70 might get flanked here by the Grenadiers. They're definitely aiming for it. Getting up behind here with their Panzerfaust. That's it. That's T70. Germans have secured the farm finally with a lot of sacrifice. And might actually threaten the forward Waffen SS quarters. We do have a veteran squad coming onto the battlefield now. Lots of Maxims here, and actually the MG34. Soviets are stealing everything they can get their hands on. The Germans have a very good fortified position here where a new building was going to be built, I think. Looking at all the construction material. Fort HQ set up in the farm to just deny a building. Kinda miss where in the feature where you could decapture Fort 8's quarters. I think that was a thing in Company Heroes 1 where you could decapture them. If you cleared out everything around them and the infantry squad inside. Again, artillery. Germans are trying to flank, but there's another conscript waiting.
Supply half track is ready for orders.
There's just too many Soviets here, I think. And that's another squad. Yeah, this Germans being overrun up there now. So it's now sending troops southwards, including a crowd mower. It's a good choice against infantry, and I think the Infantry Division is mostly just taking in. You have a pack though, and if that pack gets one good shot off, that will be a dead half track. So it's just securing every building they can. Actually now opening up, and the Germans are doomed, they have no cover. You have the heavy cover here, but will that be enough? The Serbs can just get more and more troops on the battlefield now if they want. They can also reinforcing from here. Artillery call into the farm though. Light infantry gun shots by the looks of it. Doesn't hit anything. So it's also digging in down here with bunkers now. Or the Wehrmacht just holds up around the church here and the graveyard. Probably not the best place to dig in my opinion. E-54-76 coming onto the battlefield for one of the Soviets. And we do have a commander choice. I think this is Motor. Yep, Motor has been picked. Good to see. Captain MT-34 holding up down up here. Postgrenadier is also trying to support up here now. Doing GVS working pretty well. Green assault going out as well.
One of our machine guns has been silenced.
Well, I think the Soviets are about to lose the farm. Veterans and everything pushing up. Molotov on them now. Killing the destroyed MT-34. Before Eagles down to just this one squad. And they are shooting them as they just come out of the building. So this position is kind of destroyed. And Before Eagles lost everything. That's not a good thing, if anything. E-54-76 reaching the front line. I think Before Eagles should just get some more units out. Wehrmacht holding up here in the center with some grenadiers. Be able to stop most infantry pushes out in the open like that. Also, we have a battle group called in of the NKVD actually. That would be for Eagles going for some NKVD troops. And I believe great coats because it's the winter map. T-34 is doing pretty decent out in the open here. Lack of 80 guns on the northern flank. The NKVD troops are making their way up. 4 HQ has been destroyed though in a demo charge. Also have a mortar of the NKVD and a Dushka of the NKVD arriving up there. Like several NKVD squads. I like the Great Coat ones here, the 4-man one. That's pretty cool looking model. The 6-man one doesn't have great coats by the looks of it. Oh, we do have some Luftlander on the battlefield now. Unique battle group available to Infanterie. Cool to see them on the field. We rarely see the Luftlander. I always like to see battle groups, but double T-34-76 now. That's a little bit more difficult for the Germans to handle up here. You got some PPDs being handed out here to the NKVD. I think this NKVD squad probably should fall back in some capacity. Not sure what these sappers are doing. But all the Germans are mostly suppressed, so they managed to get close. We're going into the Montevigi up here. Players coming overhead. 1 T-34 down. Probably got killed by a Panzerfaust. But cool to see the Luftland on the field. We're just driving around here. Also, the veterans are being equipped with a Panzerschreck. 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 How do you pronounce it anyway? I was a Panzerschreck, but I guess it's Panzerschreck. Now that I actually look at the name. This is meant to be. Oh! Good high explosive from the T-34, killing the veterans! I suppose it's Schreck, because it's supposed to be like terror. Tank terror, as the name says. That might be the NKVD squad. And they'll be able to get a satchel charge off, though. Denying both buildings there to the Germans. This farm is getting completely destroyed. This is just a fight over this farm. They're not even doing much in the town to one another. The fight is just going on for this farm. I'm not sure why, but the farm is just very popular. We also have a sniper team here. Only with the NKVD battle group. Already taking aim, but he's not really getting any kills. Been forced to pull back. The Dushka is in the way, unfortunately. Machine guns to manage to suppress the Storm Pioneers. Will the Panzerschreck hit it? No, they managed to drive off in time. Goes with a Dushka Jeep nearby. There's a pack though. And that could hit the Jeep. Jeep down. Panzerschreck destroys the T-34. The sniper team does have 2 kills though. So at least it's doing something by sitting back there. Pretty long range though, whereas you would expect it is a sniper after all. But the Germans still have the upper hand, I think. No movement really in the town, some mortar shells are being exchanged. The Germans have turned the church into a forward HQ, probably how they got the Luftlander. But the Soviets need to get more units onto the battlefield. Ooh, not looking good for those Montevigi. I'll suppress them in the open, and we have some stormtroopers now charging them. Being equipped with a Czech machine gun, which I believe is the unique upgrade for stormtroopers. If you're playing as propaganda. Snipers to fall back. Good steal this mortar. And indeed they are. NKVD troops are moving out again, all armed with PPDs. The predecessor to the PPSH as far as I know. You also have a Capitan called onto the battlefield. Arriving up there. Luftland is all to hold the center, evidently. Keep an eye on the fields. Soviets tried to do a small push down here, but that did not work. Conscripts got mowed down. Oh, not looking good for the NKVD here. Was that the high skill squad will be able to retreat though? This building refused to get destroyed for some reason. I noticed some buildings just refuse to get destroyed sometimes. You have a Panzer IV G arriving here for the Mthis. There's probably going to plant up an HQ down there, I imagine. More mortars are arriving here. Katusha coming onto the battlefield as well. More and more conscripts are now arriving for the Northern Soviets. Capitan nearby, but he's being suppressed. Well, a lot of snow on this battlefield. You can even see it snowing on the screen. They're definitely almost blizzard conditions, but I don't think there's blizzards available on this map here, so... It's just the cold and snow. That's all it is. Want to get inside the building, but it seems to be bucking out a little bit due to their sprint. They got inside anyway. And the Soviets are going to prepare a huge infantry push. Oh, not sure. Yeah, those Pacific get suppressed by the Storm Grenadier. They are throwing the Soviet fuel now. But I'm pretty sure the Soviets do not want. You can see how good the Germans are with the MG42s here. Here comes the Soviet wave. Obviously, they're stopping out on the road to fire. You don't actually want to do that. Especially not with conscripts. Although they are actually getting kills there. That might actually be the NKVD. You just need to charge forwards with the conscripts. The NKVD should probably get behind cover at some point. That's a lot of Soviets pushing up, but oh, mortar hit the Soviets pretty hard. Katusha firing in though. Good at stunning. But it's not doing enough. So the cover really protected the Germans there. Soviets losing a lot of men out here in the open field.
More of our troops have been lost.
Germans are just holding up behind the defenses. Doing pretty good with the Luftlanding here. Oh, more artillery coming in, and this is Soviet artillery. Destroying most of the farming again. Only this one building still remains. Soviet artillery is pretty powerful, as you can see. More conscripts being prepared. We do have an 88 being set up here by the infantry. Which would stop any Soviet armor attempts trying to get through up there. More conscripts running here with an AT grenade. That's going to force the Panzer IV to back off. Almost killing it. Trying to use some anti-infantry grenades. Which it can. If you don't upgrade the smoke discharges, it has anti-infantry grenades on it. More Mthis rushing into the destroyed farm. Triple Soviet mortar now. '88 is now operational. All Soviet mortars are firing. Not sure. Well, probably aiming for the 88. Yep, for the 88. Oh, and they also took out the German mortar. Yeah, that 88 is definitely a problem if the Soviets want to use armor. But the mortars are arriving very widespread with their shells. Germans are really pushing on other flanks. It's just mostly fighting up here. Looks like the final building is finally on fire. It'll collapse shortly, hopefully. Unless it's just bugged, then it'll remain alive forever. It might be. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be going down. Oh wait, there it goes. Took it long enough. So now this farm is completely ruined. Some poor farmer that once lived there is definitely not happy. If they're still alive, that is. They might not be. Everyone coming onto the fields. That's not a good... Oh, the 88 has been cleared, but it can still be recruited. That's what they've been calling here by the Hauptmann, or Hauptsturmführer, my bad. And it's only a conscript with a DPM, so it's not the most accurate. They did kill the officer though, I think. Luftlander rush to the front line and try to dig in with pillboxers now. There's also some Fallschirmjägers alongside the Luftlander. Part of the, I believe they're very much part of the call-in. They're trying to recruit the 88, I imagine. No? Huh. What are they going for then? Might be a bunker back. No, now they're gonna recruit, I think. Panzer IV has been repaired. No, there's the bunker. They're probably gonna make a reinforced bunker here. Smoke shields landing across the front line. Germans gonna try and push up somewhat, I think. They probably want to try and decapture the fuel if they can. Or they're laying new defensive lines. Also trying to dig in with trenches. They're really digging in around here. You know, the Soviet mortars have relocated to the southern flank. But the Soviets, I don't think, have the infantry to really push down here. Just a distraction more than anything. Lots of smoke being used to cover the Germans up as they dig in. We do have a KV-1 arriving. Second KV-1 coming up behind it. 88 has been recruited, so this half-tag, once the smoke clears, is probably dead. Panzer IV could also take the kill. Yep, Panzer IV got it, I think. Oh, Soviet artillery is going to be called in by the Kapitan. That's going to be hefty for us. That's why the Waffen-SS is pulling back. Maybe that's why it's coming. Oh, lots, and then Katyusha right afterwards. French cleared out. The Soviets are going to do another wave here. You need to take out that 88 so the tanks can push up. Panzer IV is definitely in a good position here. 88 took a shot there and the KV-1, destroying it mostly. It's going to be... There it goes. Germans are still holding, but they are taking heavy losses here, but the Soviets' losses are obviously way higher. That said, the Soviets can recuperate them a lot easier as well. 80 going out. Panzer IV decrewed. NKVD also killed. We do have the Tiger Ace arriving now though. Those are taking up fully, but I don't think they can get much out of it as motorized. They can. Oh wait, they can get the ISU and SU-122, but I don't think they have the resources for those. Those are a little bit costly. A little been an interesting match, just fighting over this farm evidently. But the town has just been completely ignored, just mortar shells firing. I guess the Soviets are trying to push up somewhat now with team weapons. And have one squad of conscripts that's used to replenish. Oh, the mortar sites are doing a lot of work here. Maxim's been decrewed though. And that conscript's being mowed down. But I think the Germans are going to be able to hold this farm. Okay, one pushing up. You're loading a high explosive shell. Trying to cover there. But the Tiger Ace is probably going to move off to take a shot. The Soviets know the Tiger Ace is there now. That's not looking good though. Befigures should probably just get more infantry out to support and supplement the KV. Mortars will be relocating northwards. The Germans could probably push up now with this Tiger Ace for support. We need to see what they decide on. You also have the Panzer IV ready again to fight. Yeah, now that the Germans going to push up, this is going to be that KV-1. Oh, didn't penetrate with the first shot. Ooh. Those are going for a B4 though. But will that be enough in time? And this K1 is slowly being pushed back further and further. That's one penetrating shot. One more dose and that KV's gone. Bunskers pushing up as well to try and prevent this point from being captured. KV1 down. They're gonna try and rush it for an AT grenade.
Vehicle losses.
Risky maneuver though, and didn't really work out by the looks of it. The Germans are docking way so heavily here. Yeah, I do see T-4045 coming out, but that might not be enough. And the B4 is operational, but they need the munitions to fire this thing. Which they certainly do not have. The Surge are just losing their points at the moment.
Secured. We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Yeah, it's not looking good here. Ooh, this sniper should probably not be this close to the front line. Especially not without cover now. Indeed, they're falling back.
Brave infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice.
The Germans are slowly just tightening the advance now. Able to push the Soviets back. A battle for Snow Farm. That's what I'll call it. Germans are gonna try and push for the town though, but I think the Germans have somewhat recuperated. Just don't have a lot to... Oh, they do have a place to replenish. They have a Sanitätsbunker. Vanskis are pushing up here, but they're getting hit at by the Sturmgrenadier. Sturmgrenadiers. Molotov going up though. Ooh. Capitan leading the way forward, but he's not good at close range. No, that sniper's there too. The Sturmgrenadiers has mowed a lot of the stuff down there. Yeah, I think the Soviets are done for at this point, and indeed they surrender. A little bit of a shorter one, but I hope you all enjoyed the action. I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye bye!